All right, good morning. Welcome to Buck Don't Know Shit. It is another beautiful day in Texas. Beautiful day in the garage, and it's beautiful because what are you doing, Kendall?
Putting my food up.
Putting your food up? What?
Did you get that out of my car?
No. I bought it at Walmart.
Not the stick, but the piece.
No, I bought this thing at
I
Walmart.
lost my piece tomorrow.
Oh, I need to order a couple of just
Those
those.
things screw off on their own.
Yeah. I need to order a couple because I short one too. So, anyway. She takes pictures of herself and stuff too, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, it's beautiful today. It really is beautiful. And here in Southeast Texas. And it's beautiful because I'm home, gone for 4 weeks, and I'm back hopefully for 2 weeks. That's questionable. We're like busy. I don't know how the rest of the world is, but my little corner of the world, we're hooked up. But a lot of that's because we got rid of too many people, and now they're getting work, corporate stuff. They, don't want to hire new people, even though we need them, and premature laying off the people. Like, it's corporate, typical corporate bullshit, right? And now we got to pay the price. It's nice though, making money, so I can't complain about that. And in my industry, it always slows down at some point. So you just kind of got to ride the wave. Last 2 years has been slow. Now it's busy. So I just got to suck it up, quit being a little baby, and just work. Problem is, it doesn't leave me much time to do all this shit. And I wanted to show y'all this car. This is the newest member of the family, the 2007 RX-8 Sport, I believe. It's automatic, which kind of sucks, but it's for a ride. It's just they're not, and I know they're not supposed to be like short daily commuter cars, but it's going to be. So for a little while, until we get the Mustang going, and we'll do all the 2-cycle oil. These cars, they take a little bit, but it's kind of one reason why I wanted it. One, because I think they're cool little cars. Two, because it will force Ryatt to have to check the oil, put 2-cycle in it every now and then, because they're designed to burn oil, right? So he'll have to do a little maintenance on it, keep the car up. And I'll have to stay on him and make sure he's doing it, because they're kids, just like with, getting them animals and they don't take care of them. They do the same thing with cars. So, but he will learn. So, but you see I got it up on Jack's stands right now. When we trailered it, it knocked the exhaust loose, and it got very loud, annoyingly loud. You know how these little, it's not a 4-banger, it's a rotary engine, but you know how they sound when they don't have exhaust. I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed to be driving in it because it was so freaking loud. And I was that guy, and the little rice burner making a bunch of damn noise. So anyway, I saw the problem. It just separated where it actually bolts together. It wasn't a broke weld or anything. It looks like it's stainless exhaust under there. It's not nothing rusty. I think it is stainless. So that's good. So just bolt that back up. Problem solved. Saves me. I was thinking I might be dropping a few $100 getting exhaust fixed. Simple fix. Another good thing, and I almost didn't crawl under the car to see what it was. I almost like, if we probably, it's probably all rusty, and that's what I was thinking. And we just drug it and poked a hole in the muffler or something like that. And I'm just going to drive it to the shop and let them figure it out. And luckily, I found a little window of time here, got her jacked up, crawled under it, and super, super simple fix. So that's why we do this stuff, right? Why I post stuff on YouTube. Give y'all some encouragement to kind of, before you write off a car or bring it to a shop and say, hey, fix this, maybe try to figure it out yourself, what's wrong with it. And if you don't want to work on it, at least you're educated when you walk in there or what is wrong, and they can't take you to the ringers, try to tell you it's something else. You know what the problem is. All they have to do is fix it, right? And this probably would only cost me $50. I don't even know if they, you know, like a good shop probably wouldn't even hardly charge you to do this. But anyway, I'm doing it. It's just a clamp. I got to loosen, put the two pipes back together and tighten it back up. No problem there. Ooh, yeah, so that's it. RX-8 is going to go to the tire shop tomorrow. And I may have said this before, but the tires are dry rotted. So we're going to get those new tires. And what I like about, you know, I could go cheap. And I've been kind of debating on this. Order the tires myself, take them off, bring them down there, have them just mount them, blah, blah, blah. But the way I am using my tire shop is they are very good at compiling a list of what is wrong with your car because they want to charge you to fix it, right? So I'm going to use them basically as an inspection service as well, because they will, every time I bring a car in there, they give me a list of like 50 things that I need to fix on it. And yeah, so I'll at least have a list. Whether or not I fix them or not on this car will depend on what it is. I will get a good list of brakes, ball joints, rocker arms, struts, things like that. They will kind of let me know what needs to be fixed. And I could probably crawl around under there and figure out most of it myself, but I got to get new tires. Might as well bring it to them and let them run through it and see. They also like transmission fluid and brake fluid and filters, and you know, they give you a whole list, and they're always disappointed when I say I can fix that. So, and I like saying that. Is that mean? I don't know if that's mean, but yeah, I like not paying them money, and it also makes me feel better whenever I get that list and they give you a estimate of it, and then you come home and do it for pennies on the dollar. Just makes you feel really good about yourself. And yeah, I mean, nobody gives a shit other than you, but you know in your mind that you save money, and all this crap you've been buying is worth something and paying off a little bit, right? So that's it. This is our cheap little $4,000 RX-8. Supposedly the engine has been rebuilt, so you know we should have a good 80,000 miles usage out of it before we got to do something with that, if we take care of it, which we will. I do plan on, we're gonna let Ryatt drive it a little while like it is. You can see it's got some dead paint on the roof. The hood actually doesn't look bad. It's mainly the roof, and I think the trunk lid and the spoiler got some dead paint. But other than that, it's in good shape. The rear valence caught on fire, and that's I bought this car for my nephew, which he didn't ever really get it running. It had a leaky gas tank, which it leaked. There is it's beneath the seat. There is an access port, really easy to get to, where you can change the fuel pump, and it's got a locking ring, and that I guess the O-ring had gone bad and it was leaking gas inside the car, which isn't good, but also dripping down, and I guess the exhaust got hot and caught the rear valence on fire. So it's a little, let's see if we can see the damage there. Yeah, you can see it's a little all messed up under there. But this is so we're gonna get, that's actually just a black plastic piece. I don't even think I need to buy a rear bumper. I think the rear bumper is okay, but maybe he told me that Steven looked into it, and I think he might have said you can't get them separate. You got to buy the whole bumper with the black plastic piece on it. But I don't know. I'll look at that. But hey, my wife's home. So anyway, that's it. I just want to do a short little video, show y'all the RX-8, introduce the new car. We'll probably be doing some stuff on the channel with this guy or girl, or yeah, this car. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll talk to y'all later. What's up, Ryatt?